You're wearing black, you're not wearing green. Drussy's wearing it. Please welcome to the lectern, Lauren Edwards from the Greens.
Okay, I'm not that tall. Good evening, folks. I'd like to start by acknowledging that we are on Biripi land tonight and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. I'm Lauren Edwards and I've lived in Port Macquarie for the last, just over 20 years now. I've had the pleasure of living here and raising a daughter who's now almost an adult. I've lived, worked, played, volunteered in this community and I'm still here, I love it. The Greens is a natural home for me. I have a very strong compass for social justice and I have a passion for environmental justice as well, so the Greens is a natural home for me. I grew up in South Australia with a lovely family and a father who I probably didn't realise at the time, till a lot later, was quite an environmentalist. We were doing Clean Up Australia Days before it was really a thing, and saving up money for Atari games and whatnot, but still, he motivated us to care about our environment every day. So the Greens have a fantastic plan for the future, and a future for all, a future that takes everybody into high quality of life, high quality standards of living, and we can do this by following our lovely new plan, which is Renew Australia 2030. The Greens have this detailed plan that will help us rapidly transform Australia's energy system from one of the oldest and dirtiest in the world to one of the cleanest and smartest. UN scientists have told us that we have less than 11 years to get global pollution under control, and otherwise we're likely to tip over into climate breakdown if we don't act. So the Greens have the only policy that's ambitious enough to do what we need to do in the time that we have. 80% of the coal Australia digs up is being exported and burned overseas. We're the world's biggest exporter of coal, and this is our country's biggest contribution to global warming. The Greens are the only party who have this plan to phase out coal and build a clean energy export industry to replace it. Renewables are already driving down power prices, and Australia is at the forefront of technological innovation, and we have everything we need to turn this mess around. All we need is a clear plan and political leadership. So the Greens plan, Renew Australia, provides this leadership, setting out our country to be able to achieve this plan and encourage billions of investment dollars and create tens of thousands of jobs to spur technological process and create a pollution-free future. So what we could do with the threat of climate change is to turn it into a positive and look at all of the opportunities that are there for new industry, for new jobs, and especially for our region here. But of course the Greens are also known for social justice.
Lauren.
Just step back a bit.
Oh,
Yes.
maybe I'm like, this is not an ice cream. Step back a bit. Okay.
Static.
Sorry about that, static. When I sing, I actually sing for a living as well. I'm usually always right up there on the mic, sorry. I'm not going to sing right now, but...
Why not?
That would be an unfair advantage, just so yeah, everybody knows the Greens are also the only party that really has the high aims for social justice. And we've got plans to deal with affordable housing, which is currently not the case. Plans to build 500,000 rent-controlled and well-designed public and community homes, to give renters real rights, to provide $30 million for tenancy advocacy services, to support first home buyers by phasing out the unfair tax rules that seem to just keep supporting those who have to have more and those who don't have any to remain that way. And human rights, including questions around refugees and First Nations peoples. The Greens are your party. We've got the answers. A fairer and more equal community. The Greens plan to create a more diverse, equal and peaceful future. We'll work with First Nations peoples to establish a path for sovereignty and treaties and to close the gap. We'll close offshore detention and create a safe pathway for people who seek our help. We'll champion diversity in our communities. We'll ensure equality for women in all aspects of society, including work, and we'll stamp out systemic racism and hate speech. We'll make Australia accessible and we'll fully fund the NDIS. We'll create a Charter of Rights